Thinking about trading California living for a life here in Spring, Texas? Maybe you're over the high housing costs, the traffic, or just ready for a fresh start. Spring does offer a lot of perks, such as affordable homes, a slower pace of life, and that welcoming community vibe. But is it worth moving here? And in this video, I'm going to break it all down, from the lifestyle differences to the cost of living, so you can decide, is making the move worth it? If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is about living in the suburbs north of Houston, then subscribe below and tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the current market here. My name is Mike IC, your North Houston realtor, and I have years of experience of helping people buy and sell real estate. And my goal is to help you make an informed decision about your next real estate move. So feel free to reach out, as all my contact information is in the description box below. So to set the stage of this video, what I'm going to be doing is comparing Los Angeles, California and the surrounding suburbs over there to Houston and the surrounding suburbs over here, with one of the suburbs being Spring, Texas. And the reason why I'm doing that is due to population size. So Los Angeles is the second largest city in the United States, while Houston, Texas is the fourth largest city in the United States. And what I'm going to do here is list the pros and cons of moving from California to Texas, specifically Los Angeles to Houston and the surrounding suburbs. So let's start with pro number one, which is affordable housing. So one of the hot topics, and the reason why I'm seeing a lot of people move over here throughout the years, are the home prices. So for example, in Los Angeles, the median sold price of a property is around $1 million. And when you compare that to Houston or to Spring, Texas, the median home price in this area is around $350,000. So that's a huge difference in price. That's almost 3 times the amount of median sold price of what you can get here in this area. So how does that translate? So $1 million in California can get you maybe a 1,500 to a 2,200 square foot home, or even a townhome in LA. And so what is that? The same $1 million. What can I get you over here in North Houston or even in Spring? So what you can most likely get is a home that starts at maybe 2,800 square feet. And I've seen all the way up to 4,500 square feet, depending on the area. So your money definitely goes a long way over here compared to living in LA. And I think that's what a lot of people realize when they move over here and they finally make the decision to move over here, is that they can get a much larger home for the same price that they're paying in California. As a matter of fact, for that same home that you can buy for $1 million in California, which is, like I said, 1,700 to 2,200 square feet, I mean, you can find those homes with that same square footage over here for 350 to even 500,000 in a really great area. And so the difference is just huge, and which is why I think that is the main driver, or the main factor of why people move over here. So let's say, for example, your budget's $1 million and you're looking for something that's new construction. Woodson's Reserve is an amazing master plan Toll Brothers community over here in Spring. They have multiple builders, and for that same price, you can get a 5-bedroom, 4-bath, 4,500 square foot home. All right, so pro number 2 is the state income tax. So in Los Angeles, California, you have a state income tax that you have to pay every year, while in Houston and Spring, Texas overall has no state income tax. For example, someone making a $70,000 salary in LA would pay about $2,000 more in taxes due to the state income tax. Moving on to pro number 3 is traffic. So Houston does have its challenges with traffic. I mean, it's a large city. It's the 4th largest city in the US. We have an influx of people coming. We have a lot of growth, and we have a lot of land over here, in addition to construction that's been going on. But with that being said, traffic is still somewhat more manageable than that of Los Angeles. Personally, I've been in LA traffic and have gotten sick of when I took an Uber from the airport to my hotel. I'm not saying that everyone's gonna get sick. That was just me personally, and I normally don't get car sick. So that's always the example that I use when I talk about traffic comparing LA to Houston and North Houston. And according to bestplaces.net, the average commute time for both Houston and Los Angeles is still above the national average. But comparing the two together, Houston's around 26.7 minutes, while the average commute time in Los Angeles is about 31.5 minutes. So it doesn't seem like a lot, but just keep in mind that's the average, and it's still significantly higher than the national average. So pro number 4 are job opportunities. You know, in Houston and Spring, we do have different industries than you would find in LA, such as, you know, entertainment, media is a really big industry, technology, aerospace and defense. While in Houston, our big industries are oil and gas, energy, healthcare is a big industry over here as well, and technology. So when I speak with residents that have made the move, a lot of them have done so they can actually get into the oil and gas industry, since it's just such a big prominent industry over here. But I've also spoken with physicians and nurses who have moved over here because we do have a great healthcare system. We have hospital systems in different suburbs of Houston, and Houston actually has one of the largest medical centers in the country. So it's a big draw for those medical professionals that make the move from California to Houston suburbs. And what's interesting about the job market in Houston is that Houston ranks 3rd for the most Fortune 500 companies. So what that tells me, there's a lot of opportunity here, there's a lot of growth, and you could definitely find an industry to move into or to build on when you move over here. All right, now for the topics that might prevent someone from moving from Los Angeles to North Houston. And we'll start with property taxes. So overall, property taxes in Texas are almost double than those in California for the same value of home. And the reason that is that Texas relies on property taxes for generating revenue, since it does not have a state income tax. And when you break that down, Houston has a property tax rate of 2.3%, while Los Angeles has a property tax rate of 1%. So like I said, the property tax rate in Houston is almost double that of Los Angeles. So what does that look like? For instance, a $500,000 home in Houston with a property tax rate of 2.3% will equal to about $11,500 in annual property taxes. And for that same value home of $500,000 in Los Angeles with a 1% tax rate, you're looking at around $6,250 in annual property taxes. All right, let's talk about public transportation. So public transportation here in Houston and Spring is lacking. It's very car dependent, so you will need a car to get to pretty much everywhere you need to go. Comparing that to Los Angeles, I know Los Angeles has a system called Metro Rail, which is a system of buses, light rail lanes, subways that you can use to travel within the city and within the surrounding suburbs. So you can actually get to many places without even needing a car, which is not the case here. So for those that are making the move over here, that's definitely going to be an adjustment that you would have to get used to. So moving on to the weather, this could be a good or bad thing depending on who you're talking to and their perspective, but the winters are pretty mild over here in Houston and Spring. The summers, however, are hot and humid. Our temperatures hover around 90 to 100 degrees, but with the humidity, it makes it feel like it's over 100 degrees. And on top of that, it rains a lot throughout the year. Now, comparing that to Los Angeles, I know Los Angeles has a drier climate, so even if the temperatures are higher, it's not going to feel as hot as if you were living in Houston and the surrounding areas. I know it doesn't rain as much in LA, and the winters are pretty mild there as well. And with the weather comes natural disasters. So both areas experience natural disasters that are a little bit different. So how does that compare? Houston and Spring, we are in a area that's prone to hurricanes. So hurricane season is midsummer to late to early fall. And we've had some pretty notable hurricanes in the past that have caused power outages, severe flooding, and have caused a lot of property damage. And comparing that to LA, I know LA experienced wildfires, mudslides if it rains a lot, as well as earthquakes. And lastly, let's talk about the scenery and outdoor activities. So Los Angeles has close proximity to beautiful beaches. They have mountains, hills, a really nice environment for those outdoor enthusiasts. Compare that to Houston and Spring, it's very flat over here. Although we have a lot of greenery, we don't have any mountains, hills, and we aren't really close to beautiful beaches such as those that you will find in Los Angeles. Thinking about relocating to a suburb north of Houston? Well, I've got just the thing for you. My team and I have actually created the ultimate relocation guide. which is meant to save you hours of research, and I've linked it down below. From top employers to the best hospitals, and a boatload of other information that you need to know before you make the move. The best part is that this guide is 100% free. That's right, 100% free. Just click the link in the description or the top pinned comment, and I hope it helps. So is moving from California to Spring, Texas worth it? Well, that really depends on what you're looking for. If you're attracted to lower cost of living or family-friendly environments or more space to sprawl out, then Spring definitely has so much to offer. But if you're someone that thrives on that California lifestyle, then there's going to be some adjustments to make. As a local real estate expert, I've helped countless families make this exact move, and I'm here to help you too. So if you're considering relocating to Spring, Texas, or anywhere in the North Houston area, don't hesitate to reach out. My contact information is in the description box below with links to schedule a free consultation. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.